Hello, and welcome back to the Maternity Diary. This is our very first video of 2023. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please hit the red button there and subscribe, and do like this video for us. Okay, thank you. That will help so much. It helps us to be able to reach other people that this content will be relevant to. So it's a happy new year, and every new year you find a lot of people making so many resolutions. And this year I've decided that it is the year of health and wellness for us mothers, for us parents, okay, if you fit the role. And it's really important for us to take care of ourselves. I think that a vast majority of people stop seeing mothers as people who, or as human beings that fill up multiple roles that include ourselves, our children, our husbands, our siblings. We are constantly taking care of other people, and we actually do forget to take care of ourselves. It's important that we put ourselves out there first, put ourselves first before putting our kids, our husbands, it's important, okay? Because trust me, you cannot pour from an empty cup. Mothers, let me say this again, you cannot pour from an empty cup. Many times we can pour and we pour so much that at the end, like this, even just a little drop, even that little drop, we are still pouring. You know, this year this has to change, because we need to thrive, and we need to be the best versions of ourselves as mothers. And the only way to be the best versions of ourselves is to take care of ourselves, is to be able to focus on ourselves. If you as someone who takes flights very often, you would notice that during like the safety announcement, the flight attendants always tell you that before you put, if there's an emergency, before you help somebody else, or even you put on the face mask for the nose mask for your children, do it for yourself first, and then you can help everybody else. Even if you have a baby, wait, do yours first, and then you do the babies, you do your children, you do whoever that needs help. So in the same way, it's important that we take care of ourselves first, so that we can take care of them better. We can be the best versions of ourselves. And when we come from a place of abundance, we are actually able to give off more. We are able to give off more quality rather than like just yeah. So this year, okay, TMD family, we are going to focus a lot on health and wellness. If you did not hear me, I already said we are going to focus on that. And there are three main areas I want us to focus on. Is our brains, our bodies, and our spirits. Okay, so our new year resolution, okay, is to take care of our brains, our bodies, and our spirits. Okay, those are very integral parts of what keeps us, keeps us going. Okay, and okay, so for me, I think that it's important that we stimulate our brains. We can't keep like running around taking care of every other thing, and then our brains are dying. You know, let the brain cells in your brain, yeah, sparkle. Yeah, so we need to create like new neural pathways for our brains, okay, so that, like, if you actually watch some of the science videos, you would see that the more you learn, the more your brain like learns new things. You see that there are more connections, okay, and the more dense it is, it means the more like wisdom you have. So please, we are going to focus on our brains as well. And by focusing on our brains, it's important that we try to develop a skill or hone a skill. Okay, and this year, in fact, I started this late last year to learn a new skill. To elevate certain skills that I thought I had. Okay, I do have some data analysis skills, but then I told myself I need to become a better version of myself because I can't stick to the basic data analysis. So starting late last year, yeah, I've been developing that skills online, and yeah, and there's so many ways you can like stimulate your brain. So developing those new skills, and the new skills, it doesn't always have to be like something book long that you're learning. Okay. Okay, you can read a book, a casual book, keep reading novels. You can also maybe learn a new cuisine from, let's say, Asian cuisine. Maybe you want to better your skills at the Asian market. Yeah, you can do that. You can, if it's painting that you love, coloring, painting, you can, yeah, do a lot more painting, involve yourself in like painting classes or activities, and yeah, go for that. And there's so many other things. Maybe you want to join a club, maybe a rugby club or swimming class. Yes, it's a good opportunity for you. So this year we are going to do a lot of things that will help us develop new skills, or at least to hone the skills that we already have to make it better. Yeah, so I think that's it for our brains. Yes, and yes, it's important. Okay, this year I told myself that I'm going to stop sleeping late, and the reason for that is so that my brain can rest a little, because we are developing our brains every day, but then you need to be able to take a lot of rest as a mother. It's not 3 hours rest, it's not 4 hours rest. So I decided that when my kids go to bed, I'm also sleeping with them. You won't find me awake after my kids are sleeping. And the reason being that I wake up very early. I usually wake up before 5, even most of the time. I think over 85% of the time, I actually wake up before my alarm goes off. Because my body is constantly like, is it not morning yet? Is it not, Yeah. And I'll stay in bed until it's time. So, yeah. And I actually wake up early, first of all, because I'm used to it. I've been doing it all my life. And secondly, I do start work at 6:30 a.m. every day, so I need to prepare myself and be in like the best of moods and everything. Do stuff around before I start working at 6:30, and so it's important that I do sleep early. So mothers, please, this year, sleep. I know it's difficult, especially when you have a newborn and people tell you, oh, sleep when the baby sleeps. It's extremely difficult, but look, let the dishes wait in the sink. Let the laundry wait in the laundry basket. Okay, you can do it when you're awake, not when the kids are asleep, because a lot of times we find ourselves like when our kids are asleep, we're trying to like catch up on house chores. And me, I'm I'm telling you, I'm like the chief president of that. And I remember sometimes my friends tease me and laugh at me. And I remember there was a time I visited a friend, and she actually told me, she was like, I remember in the night when the kids are asleep, then I'm in the kitchen like washing dishes, cleaning this, cleaning that. She's like, Teresa, are you going to stop this? Stop it, we'll do it in the morning. I'm like, oh no, I don't like to wake up with that and all of that. She's like, no, you need to take rest. It's important that you rest as a mother. Okay, the dishes can wait. And with that, I can actually tell you a story of someone I know. She was actually a friend of my mom, and I do quite remember that she used to do so much for her family, like so much. And there was a particular week that she had to, like, her dad died and she was planning funeral, and the dad was in a different country, so she had to run to their country, go plan it. She's the first child, and then she had to rush back because she has come and take care of her husband and kids also. And when she came, there was like a compounded, how do I say it? Compounded clothes laundry waiting for her. And guess what? Well, I cannot 100% attribute like what happened to her as maybe she overworking, but then I mean that's a theory that I have, that she was overworking. So this woman comes back after this long, you're planning your father's funeral and you're so stressed out, and then you come, you're washing dishes, like washing clothes, like stuff like that. And guess what? She just collapsed while washing the clothes, and that was it. She ended up dying, and it was so unfortunate because she was one of my favorite aunties. But it did happen, and I knew, yeah, this is not something I heard from somewhere. This my mother's friend. So please, mothers, let's take it easy, okay? Let's take it easy. Some of us are so used to like making sure everything is sparkling, but please, this year, if you're tired, like try to have more sleep for yourself, try to rest more, take care of yourself more. Okay, so another thing I told myself I'm going to do more this year is to exercise, do more physical activities. And you know, as mothers, we actually do a lot. I think we do more physical activities than not the toddlers obviously, than our husbands. We do a lot of physical activities because you wake up, you're like clearing this, packing this, doing that, moving around. Like the moment I wake up, is this, is that, is that, is that, is that. I sit on my desk, break time, is that, is that, is that. Break time, I always have something to do. Lunch time, I always have something to do at home. When I close, I still have something to do. So I'm constantly doing something, and it makes us like actually forget to focus on intentionally taking care of ourselves physically, doing like exercises, because by the time the day ends, oh trust me, you're so tired, you're like, oh my god. You're so exhausted, and the last thing you want to hear from anyone is, did you do your exercise today? It's really annoying. And me, I have a small baby push still, okay, like a baby kangaroo. I still have a little, and this year I'm going to get rid of it in a very healthy way. So yeah, you'll be following on that journey very soon, and to see what I'm doing to transform myself. And honestly, I'm not doing this because of other people. I'm doing it for myself because I feel like for a long time, especially after I had my second child, I've been overly like conscious of myself. Like I cannot wear certain clothes freely because I feel like my tummy is bulging in this way, or this dress will fold and everybody will see like that my tummy is still like there's still some bulging. I still have like some fat on my sides here which I need to lose, and I feel like I'm totally out of shape. Like it's like I'm super conscious of myself, okay, and this year I want to gain more confidence in my body. I want to be able to wear some things confidently, not thinking about this is here, that is there. No. So I do actually have some really pretty dresses and I can't wear them because of that. So this year we are going to fit into those clothes. We're going to wear them and feel good. And it's important that you feel good as a mother, okay? It's important that so this year, every single day, I'm going to take time, no matter what activities I do in the day. I'm going to make sure that I do have a set time for exercise, and specific exercises, not just moving around, okay? Yeah, so we'll be doing that together, guys. No, I always say I can't dance to save my life, sometimes, and my husband was always laughing at me. Sometimes they're playing music, the kids are dancing, and only me, I only know church dance like this. I can't dance any other dance, so forgive me when you see me dancing my weird dances, okay? Yeah. The next thing that I vow to myself that I'll be doing is to ask for more help. Mothers, we tend to always try to do it all by ourselves. We always try to do it all by ourselves. Like I've been used to doing that, okay? I've been very used to doing that. growing up, I've always taken care of my siblings, taken care of the home at an early age, and so I tend to always do everything by myself. But this year, I have promised myself, and I told myself I'll remind myself to ask for help as many times. And sometimes, a lot of times, we don't even ask for help, not because we don't want someone to help, okay? Most of the time, we do not ask for help because they will not do it the way we want it to be done. For instance, they will not arrange, let's say folding the laundry, they will not fold the laundry like the way we want it to be done, or arrange it in the way we want it to be done. So a lot of times we end up not asking for help and trying to do it all by ourselves. But this year, please, my mothers, ask for help. Ask for help from your partners. Ask for help even from the kids. When you're doing laundry, they should be able to help you. Okay, pick up one or two things. It's very important. Ask for help to clean. Maybe you're cooking. Oh, can you help me chop the onions? Please, just ask for help. Okay, it's very important. Let's stop doing everything by ourselves. I know we are champions. I know we are superheroes, but look, we don't want you risking losing your life, okay, because you took so much upon yourself. Okay, it's important that you take care of yourself so that you can take care of other people. You can take care of your families even better. Another thing I'll be doing this year is to maintain healthy habits, healthy eating, okay? And we'll be doing less junk. And people like me who live overseas, we tend to miss certain foods that we would normally eat back in our home countries, and so the moment we get a hold on it, we are as if there's no tomorrow. So, and sometimes some of these things are unhealthy, they're not very good for us. So this year, please, let's make an effort to eat healthy. In the evenings, eat a salad, and it's something I've been doing for a long time anyway, but then this time I'm going to be more intentional about it. Okay, so yeah, please, let's eat healthy, let's eat less junk. I mean, you can have some free days if you want, but take care of yourself, mama. Please, you matter. You are probably the most important person in your family. So please do that. So my next thing is I'm going to make sure I'm not going to overwork myself, even at work and at home. No overworking myself anymore. And I'm saying this because we do that a lot. And trust me, if something happened to you today, your workplace will replace you in a second. If something happened to you today, even as a mother, as a wife, it's possible that before you know it, your husband is already marrying somebody else. Okay, and we don't want that. We want you to live a long and fulfilling life as a mother, and so please do not overwork yourself. Just take it easy, take your time. You can make plans, but then don't overly stick to the plans that you make, because I planned I was going to do this, so by all means I need to do it. And for me, when it comes to that, actually my husband keeps me in check when it comes to that, because he is very more reserved, and yeah, he would rather not go somewhere, he would rather stay at home. And I'm always planning something, so, and especially when I have planned, I want to have it done. And even though sometimes you'll be like, oh no, let's not go, I get upset, but later on I realize that, you know what, it's okay to have that balance. It's very important for us because we need to check ourselves. Okay, another thing is to do more self-care as a mother. Please, self-care is important. Okay, don't you see how pretty I look today? Yeah, so you don't wake up and then your hair is all over the place, and then you don't even put any lotion on yourself after bathing because maybe you were rushing to take care of the children. Please, mothers, let's take good care of ourselves. You have to feel good for yourself. Okay, it's important. And so this year I'm going to make sure that every couple of months I do a pedicure, because most of the time I do it myself. I go do it myself, but there's a difference between someone else doing it for you and you doing it for yourself. Even massaging your feet, I find that like when they massage your feet is completely different from when you massage your own feet. So please, let's make plans for a pedicure. And if you cannot afford a pedicure, hit me up in the comment section. I'll yeah, I'll sort you out to at least one pedicure a year, okay? Okay, mamas. So also try to make time, okay, for you to unwind every single day, okay? And let's do that by at the end of each day, you tell yourself, I need some 30 minutes to myself to unwind. It's not getting to the close of the night that we are like quickly trying to get everything sorted out before the day begins. Okay, so guys, another thing, and I know this is a very sensitive topic, so we will actually have a separate video that is specific for this, but I'm going to talk about it. Okay, this year my plan is to reduce helicopter parenting. And hello, who do you see here? The chief priest of helicopter parenting. Oh yes, and if you don't know what helicopter parenting is, it's when parents tend to overly hover around their kids. So we are constantly like overly protecting them when they go, hey, no, hey. If the child like is even playing and like maybe they are trying to put, let's say, a triangle into the triangle, like instead of putting in the triangle hole, they're putting in the square. You're like, hey, no, it's this way. Please, please, this year, I, the president of helicopter parenting, is saying I'm going to reduce it as much as possible. So please, let's do this together. And I know that I am a helicopter parent because I've been used to it for a very long time. Like I became a parent at a very young age, at 18, when I lost my mom, unfortunately. And by the time I lost my mom, I did have, my youngest brother was only 4 years old. He was in his formative stage. He was only at all, he could, like, he was saying words like wonderful, but he probably didn't understand what he was saying anyway. And so at an early age, I had to take up like the role of a mother to my siblings. And I always felt like, time is so short, like life is so short, so I need to like take every single second, every single moment in my kid's life. Okay, I have to take it very important. And so I tend to like, when let's say they are running around like, or they are trying to like they are drawing and then the line goes this way, I'm like, oh no, trying to like create that kind of perfectionist kind of thing in them. And for a long time, I've been doing it for a very long time. Okay, I've been doing it for so long, I didn't even know there was anything wrong with it. But I did read, okay, that helicopter parenting is very dangerous. There's so many disadvantages to it because number one, it doesn't help your child to develop independence. Okay, so they are constantly like waiting, oh, mommy will come and help me fix this. Concept like my son my son, every little thing, sometimes it's nothing. Let's say there's he's eating and then there's a stain of food on his finger. It touches his finger. He was using a spoon and it touches his finger. He'll be like, mommy, fix it. It's like, mommy, and he's always like, mommy, fix it. Like constantly they're calling me to fix. I'm like, no, this year we are going to reduce that. And some other disadvantages of helicopter parenting is that even though we think we are trying to like help them, it actually reduces their confidence in school. When they go out, it reduces their confidence and it creates a lot of anxiety amongst these kids when they go out because mommy is not here to see if what I'm doing is fine, or maybe they're even climbing like a playground and then they are scared because they're like, oh, mommy is not there to stand underneath, like to sort of hold me or put a hand out in case I'm coming to fall down. And like I did read that, and that's the part that got me, that successful, like most of the successful people in life did not go through helicopter parenting. So me, I want my kids to be successful, very, very successful. And so this year I'm going to reduce it a lot. And my husband is exactly the same way. We are like constantly overly protective of our kids, and we do have friends who are like the direct opposite. Okay, they'll leave their child to do whatever they want to do. They can even climb, skyrocket, like whatever they want to do, and and we are the direct opposite, and it's so funny, yeah? But even though like both sides are not the best, it's important to find that mutual ground to help your child to gain confidence and to develop confidence in themselves and independence. So this year, moi, moi, I'm not doing it again. I'm reducing it as much as possible. At least I'll not be hearing too much, mommy, mommy, fix it. Sometimes I'm upstairs like doing something important and I'll hear someone screaming, mommy, mommy. I come down, fix it. Imagine that. Maybe this is the last but not the least, but set small goals for yourselves. Okay, so small goals. It doesn't matter what your goal is. If let's say you know that, oh, I want to lose 50 kilos, I'll set a goal. Maybe every month I should lose 2 kilos. Okay, set a goal for yourselves, and it's very important that we do that. Especially like it should be goals that you can actually achieve. Okay, let's stop setting goals. Like there was a time I actually got a coach to help me like to lose weight, and I was like, okay, I'm giving you 1 month, I need to lose so and at the time I think I was like 84 kilos, and I was like, I need to get to 65 kilos by my birthday. Can you imagine that? I mean, we need to set realistic goals that we can actually achieve as mothers, as parents, okay? And please, you cannot pour from an empty cup. Please, 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 please. It's important for mothers to also have time to refresh themselves, to reset without the kids and everybody hovering around you. And look, it's important. Even if you are like an introvert, okay, sometimes we end up like, especially introverts, like end up constantly like being drained. And oh, I forgot this one thing. So this year, another thing I told myself is I'm going to learn to say more no. And I'm someone that unfortunately it's been very difficult for me to say no, because I'm always taking care of everyone around me. Even far away, I've always taken care of people, and I feel like it's an innate part of me. It's a part of me. But this year, I'm going to learn to say more no's, especially no's to things that like add more stress to your life or makes you tired. And I remember like I was talking to a friend like last week, and then she was like, Teresa, you really need to learn to say no sometimes, okay? It's important that you learn to say no. It's not every time that you're like, okay, I'll help, okay, I'll do it, everything I'll do. Because we end up like doing everything, like constantly trying to do everything by ourselves, like people like me, and it's not the best for us. Sometimes it's even to the extent that it takes your own happiness, but you're just doing because you don't want to be selfish. Look, it's okay to be selfish. Even if it means you're being selfish, please do be selfish, okay? Take care of yourself. Learn to say no. I will learn to say more no's this year. So, yeah, I'm going to say more no's. My brothers, get ready for more no's. Forgive me, like, I love you guys. You know that. I love you guys. And if I say no, it's always going to be from like a good place in my heart. Yeah, so I hope, yeah, from this you can at least put up some New Year resolutions for yourself. Last year I started I did a vision board, and actually I was able to achieve like 80% of what I put up my vision board. So I'm actually this year I'm going to do something that is slightly different. It's the same, but then it's slightly different. It's called my prayer board, and I would actually show you how I'm going to do it in another video. And yeah, let's see how it goes. So I hope you did learn something new. If you're a mother, please, I hope these tips are very important to you. These resolutions, you can take some of them, and then yeah, let's run with it together, so that at the end of the year we can actually sit down and check things off our list and know that, yeah, we did this. And if you're a man and you're watching this video, please do share this with your wives, share this with the women in your life, so that they can try to make some of these resolutions for themselves, take care of themselves, because they are loved too. It's very, very important. Our lives shouldn't be constantly stressed. Like, a lot of times we are too stressed out, and we need to be able to calm down, reset, and be happy. So guys, until next time, don't forget to stay happy, stay healthy, stay beautiful, and never ever forget that God loves you. See you next time on the Maternity Diary. Did I already tell the story about Mama's best friend? Okay, I don't remember.